Hello everyone, it's the William Red Fox and welcome to my world. So today we've got a few things to do, and before that though we do need to discuss what I've been doing between worlds. As you can tell, the shaders are different. The reason for that is that we're now in 1.2.1. Sorry, 1.21.1. That was a mouthful. So now we have the use of actual autocrafters, which will be a massive help in this world because I can actually convert my gold farm to doing golden nuggets into golden blocks already. And I can also do that with an iron farm, which are two things that we're going to be working on today, along with a third thing I'll mention later. But before we move on to the main bits, the things that I did between episodes is I've actually started working on the villages. I've got all of these here now, so they all can trade iron, which is going to be important for the future episode. And we've got all of these in place as well, so these are all filled with clerics that can trade gold and redstone, so now we've got a steady supply of that. And the funny thing about this is that I didn't realize until a previous episode that I actually have a nether fortress right outside my portal, so these were actually easy enough to get the blaze rods for the stands. The nether fortress in question is right there. I literally built this path going from the portal just over there. Oh, the shaders are refreshing. There we are. But yeah, there's the portal back to that main island we were just on, and I walked right past this and didn't even see it at first. So yeah, that's actually very convenient, so hopefully they'll be of benefit in the future. Well, I haven't seen that before. I wonder if you'll go all the way up. Did not know they could walk up a vertical beam. I thought it was only just the walk on top of thing, but then again that makes more sense. But I do need to get a move on, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to have to get some resources, mainly glass and wood, because I don't actually ever have any of that on me. The sand is over at the other base, which I need to get duplicated, and then the wood, I kind of made it here and threw it straight into there. So all of my wood supply went straight into making charcoal. Now I do need to get a third one, which is cobblestone, so I will do that over with the sand, hopefully make it a little bit quicker. Oh, also, I've just realised myself, before I jump into any of the time lapses, I'm actually on day 2000 in this world, so that actually snuck up on me. So I will have to do another tour, because I think I did one at 1000, so I might need to get a few things done just to make that tour interesting. We'll see how that goes. But first off, let's jump into a time lapse, grab those materials, and then start what we need to do today. That's what you get for standing behind pistons. Yeah, I won't do that again. Okay, so not only did I lose my inventory, but I've actually finished with the sand. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that back with me, and I don't actually have to do the cobblestone. See, I thought I might have to use this old farm to actually get some cobblestone, but it turns out I still have loads of cobblestone left in these chests. Like, I must have not finished using all of it and decided just to move on. So that's pretty interesting. And I do need to go down here because I need to make new armor since I've pretty much just lost everything getting knocked off of that platform. So I don't think I caught it in the recording, but what happened was the back bit here, just where the cursor is, knocked me back. I don't know how that happened, but it did, and it threw me right off the edge and down there. So, yeah. Lesson learned, really. But I do have plenty of iron, so I can remake that. I just need to figure out if I've got gold, because I'm going to need a gold helmet. I think I might do. I'll have to look around. I do have bending, though, so I can add that to some pickaxes when I go back. That'll be good. So let's bring that with me. Do I have another one? I do. Yes, wonderful. Oh, and I'm lucky I do have gold here. Also just realised I have horses over here. I think they're the first horses I've actually seen in this world. So that's pretty cool. I have absolutely nothing to get them with though, so I think I'll just leave them alone for now. And it's weird that there's only one sheep. I'm pretty sure I had like a whole bunch of animals in here. They must have despawned over time. I've not been back here for so long. This walk is so long when you don't have any food, but it'll be worth it by the end of it. I think I do have some cooked potatoes at the other end, so hopefully that should be good. If not, I'll quickly make some of them, and then I'll go drop off all my inventory into the nether above where the gold farm is, because that's what we're going to work on next. Okay, so we have all the materials needed. I've got them down in this chest here, so we're actually going to now put this extension onto the gold farm. It shouldn't take too long, hopefully, but then we can give it a test, see how it runs. And I am really loving the new shaders because it actually allows me to show you what I plan to make while then going to go make it. So hopefully this shows up in the replay, but I don't think it does. But you'll still get an interesting view. Okay, so all I need to do now is attach up this last bit and put a piglin in there. So I'm going to do that. From what I understand, I can just put like a netherrack thing down here and I can get the piglins to spawn on top of the nether. I don't know how efficient it will be, but I'll get that done and I'll get this last bit done. Oh, I also need to put item frames on here for what each of the filters will be and fill in those filters because I didn't make any signs now that I think about it. I've actually got quite a lot to do left. Wow, okay. I'll get it done and then I think I'll jump into a time lapse just showing this off working and see how much we can gain from it. So let's start that up and yeah, see how it goes. Well, we've got that out of the way now, so that actually worked out quite well, and I think it was able to keep up a little bit. It was a little bit behind in regards to the bars going through this piglin part, but it did work out quite well. Now, I haven't taken a look, but it looks like we've got quite a bit of materials here from just leaving it for, I think it was like an hour, maybe 2 hours. So yeah, we've actually got quite a lot now. More importantly is this gravel, because gravel we can turn into dirt. So that's going to help us out a lot. But yeah, now we got all these. These are only the items that I want to get from it. We've got an enderman farm, so we don't need to get ender pearls, and all the other items are just useless things that I probably won't end up using. Kind of like the spectral arrows. I've got this pretty much in peaceful in the way that it works with the mob farm, so I'm never going to use a bow. Oh, and just as a convenience thing, I added these as well. So just so that way I could see what in each chest. That way I don't have to constantly be clicking into chests first. So the only thing I need to do now for this part of the gold farm is actually move all of the inventory from these chests. So everything excluding this top row here is actually filled with items from piglin trades. So I'm going to have to work out a way to move all of them up to the farm and then process it through the filters. That's going to take a long time, but I do have a bit of a solution for that. Now that solution is going to involve this, the bamboo. Now yes, typically you can't get bamboo in a skyblock world, especially the world that I have set here. Most people might not know, but when I first made this world was actually made as a solid plains biome. So there is no other biome, meaning there's no way of me actually getting this without giving it to myself. Now I did give myself an item in this series previously, which was the turtle egg. Now both of these are going to involve a punishment. Hello there. Did not see you sneak up. As I was saying, both the bamboo and the turtle egg have a punishment. Now, those punishments were going to come up in the next episodes, and what I've actually been working on in this episode is to help with those punishments being fulfilled. Now, they're going to be treated as two separate punishments, and they're not going to be merged as one. I think it's because I've spawned two different items, I need two different punishments. So, once this episode's finished, the next 2 episodes will be the 2 punishments that are going to be for having these items. Now yes, I do believe I should have gave myself these items when I first started the world, but because I didn't, I think it's only right that I complete a punishment for having them brought in. That way not only does it stay fair to the series, but it also stops me from going, oh well, if I'm just going to add items later, why don't I add this as well? That way if I have a reasonable punishment for these, then yeah, it kind of alleviates that, oh well, if I'm going to have to do this, then I'm going to have to do some sort of punishment along the lines of this. I know I'm being a bit cryptic with that, but I just don't want to explain what those punishments are until you see them. Both of them are substantial punishments that are going to take some time, so that is the main key takeaway from that. But for now, we need to move over to the end. Before that though, I've just realised that this looks like a face from this angle, like kind of like a weird pig face with the nose there and the 2 eyes. Never noticed that before. Doing this all backwards, I've just realised I actually need more bamboo because I actually do need the actual items first before I can do anything in the end. So let's get the bamboo out of the way first and we'll do that. So yeah, let's jump into a time lapse, get some bamboo, and then I'll be right back. So I'm absolutely certain there's a quicker way of doing this, so I'm going to be a little while I set that up. Hopefully it works the way I think it should. We'll see how it goes. So after that was actually quite eventful. That actually went by a lot quicker than I thought using that machine than doing it normally. So we actually now have well, 2 full chests, not just 1, and a little bit more. So I don't know if this is going to be enough, but we can look into doing some more later. I feel like I need to do something else before I get brain rot, so what I feel like I'm going to do now is jump into the end. So now we just got to continue this ender bridge, which is a little bit more interesting than doing bamboo, but we just need to get to the far end so that we can find an end city. I may need to raise this now that I think about it, because it is looking a little low because of those chorus fruits. Yeah, I might have to raise that up, but I'll probably raise it before doing this. And yeah, so when we get to the end city, I will bring it back and we'll have a look at the end city, see if we can't find anything of interest. Hopefully we can get an elytra. We'll have to see how it goes. Before we jump into the time lapse, I do want to show this just for anyone who doesn't know. You can see in the bottom left it says paste schematic in the world. You can't actually do this if you're in survival mode. So for example, if I try and action that now, it comes up with that warning message. But what it can do while in paste mode is that if I hold shift, I should be able to move this around so that I can line it up properly. So that's how that works. Hopefully I'm going to get through this. I'm going to raise this platform a little bit beforehand, and then I'm going to top up the cobblestone and continue on my way. So yeah, let's jump into a time lapse. So after all that, I've now finished this pathway and moved over all the materials I'm going to need for this next farm, because I'm going to be building a shulker shell farm. Wow, that was difficult to say. Now, I did find this NC at the end here, but it doesn't have a end ship, so it doesn't have the elytra, which is a little annoying because I think that's going to be the fastest way of moving around in this world other than a horse, and I think having a horse that goes through dimensions is kind of funny, but would be really annoying as well. So now what I'm going to do though, I'm going to take one of the shulkers and put it in the farm. I think I'm going to have to build it somewhere up here so it's far away enough. Oh, actually maybe this void area might be better. One of the two, I'll find a spot for it. And then what I will do is come back once that's done, because the main reason why I'm not going to show building this is because this is someone else's build and I think they deserve the credit to go and see it. So previously in builds that I have shown that I've made, I've adapted all the builds that I've done previously. I've never really gone off of something. So I think it's only fair that if I'm going to be using a farm that's completely someone else's design, it should be shown by them, not me. So if you go into the description, you'll find the person whose tutorial this is. I honestly, I've watched it a few times now, still don't understand a single thing that's going on and how this farm works. I just know that if I follow the schematics, I can build it. So I'm gonna get that sorted and I will be right back. Oh, and before I come back, I'm gonna continue the build and everything, but these are the two chests that are in here that I can see. I haven't gone any further down though, so if there is any, I will let you know. But this is what I've gained in them, which, what is this? That looks awful. Okay, and what about this one? I mean, they're useful. Oh, they've got mending on them. Oh, that's pretty good. And then you've got, okay, that's awful. Oh, and beetroot seeds. Okay, so not too bad. Whether I'll use this in the future, I don't know, but it's there. Okay, so that's now built. All I know about this farm is that I gotta stand in that box in the center there. I can go up through here, which is good, but apparently something to do with snow golems and shulkers and scaffolding causes them to duplicate. Honestly, I have no idea how this works, but I'm going to time-lapse it for an hour, see what I can get, and I'll be right back. So, after an hour, we've actually gained 28 shulker shells, as well as a few other shulker cells just from clearing that tower out. So this is actually working out quite well, and I might just let this run overnight between the next couple of episodes. That way I can try and get some more going, because I'm definitely going to need more than 28. Well, actually no, it's half, isn't it? Because it's 2 shulker shells per shulker box? Yeah, so it'll be 14. I'm definitely going to need more than that. But for now, that's the end of the episode. I hope you enjoy, and the next episode I will do a 2000 day video for this world. I know I'm a little bit late given that it's 70 days over, but we'll get that put in through. And yeah, hopefully in the next couple of episodes I'll start working on the punishments for making the spawning of the bamboo and turtle egg, which I did promise I would start doing. But until then, I'll see you in the next episode.